So another variant of affiliate commissions is that besides just giving your customers a commission every time they bring in a new customer, you can actually extend the timeline for which the commissions are valid. Imagine telling your customers that for every customer you bring in, you earn a commission every time they buy from the business. So even if you bring in the customer and in 6 months' time they are still buying from your business, they'll keep earning a commission. That variant will help your business, particularly if you sell something that is recurring, something that people buy on a consistent basis. And that has an advantage over referral bonuses because a referral bonus will bring in customers into your business, but many of those customers may not stay. Imagine if they don't stay, the person who referred them still gets the bonus. But if you have like a longer term commission to be like, for every time this customer buys, even up until the next 1 year or the next 2 years, every time this customer buys from us over the next 2 years, you earn a commission. Why are you doing that? You want to incentivize the person, your customers who are referring people, to keep following up with their friends and family so that they keep buying from your business. And the more they buy, the more commissions the person who referred them gets. Why do you fix a limit? You don't want this to happen in perpetuity. The expectation is that by the time somebody has bought from you up to 1 year or 2 years, the habit has kicked in. So they don't need anybody to remind them to keep coming back to buy and replenish their supplies, right? We have JVs and partnerships where you set up some arrangement with your customers and you can go into like co-branding deals, or you do something such that essentially you're now doing business with your customers, right? So if you have any revenue sharing agreements, or you can co-develop a product, co-develop a service, bundle something together where, for example, your customer sees that the product that you sell to them will be beneficial to their own customers. So you then come up with a deal where they bundle their product and your product such that if their customers buy the bundle, they pay less than buying directly from you. So that's like a special offer, special arrangement kind of thing. These kinds of arrangements keep people loyal to your business because they are not opportunities people can easily find in other places, right? And then you have contract manufacturing, white labeling. White labeling is what happens when you have a customer who has been buying from you, and typically what they do is that they buy from you and they resell. Now they want to buy from you and sell under their own name. So what you do is you produce your product, but you don't put your name on it. Instead, you put your customer's name on it. This usually sounds strange whenever I speak to African audiences with this. But the Chinese are fantastic at this. In fact, many of the phone accessories you see, like pouches, chargers, and things like that, this is how we started. The importer was importing from China and importing the Chinese products under the Chinese brand name. A time then came, the customer wanted their own thing, and they spoke to their supplier in China. I want you to produce this thing for me, but under my own name. Of course, your supplier will charge you for that service. And guess what? The customer is willing to pay. The customer doesn't want to deal with owning a factory, owning equipment, all those things and you're happy to do that. So it's a win-win. So sometimes when I speak to African audiences, because we are very cagey about these things, you hear questions like, what if you do it and then your customer moves ahead with So at the end of the day, what you're looking at is the customer can move ahead, whether you agree to this thing or not. They can easily move to your competitor. Imagine if your competitor agrees to this deal, you lose to your customer. Your customer comes to you and you're afraid that, they might steal what you know and things like that. And then the customer moves on to your competitor. Have you not still lost the customer? So these are ways that you can still accommodate the interests of your customers. Allow your customers make money, give them a strong incentive to refer more customers to you or do more business with you. The reason I put this white labeling and contract manufacturing is that by selling under their own name, under your customer's name, you are able to sell more units to customers you may never have had access to. So you need to have a big picture approach. You need to think big picture in terms of these things. If you're interested in learning more about the topics I offer when it comes to starting, building, and growing a business, this is your opportunity to join my community. It's known as the BMG. I provide extensive courses on different topics and challenges that afflict business owners, from how to optimize your profits, how to manage costs, how to boost your sales, how to develop processes, how to scale your business. There's a whole lot that I can teach you. If you want to go deeper into my content, this is your chance. Go to the link on your screen right now, join the BMG.com.